It wasn't long after we saw that fish from the German team on the island that we heard news of a very, very significant fish on the mainland. It was a big one, and it came to peg 28, a team that had already put 2 fish on the bank. The big question is whether it would be big enough to put them into the lead. Great result for you now, 3 fish.
Yes.
When are you catching them, daytime or nighttime?
All in daytime.
All in the daytime?
All in daytime.
And that's just today that they've started coming through. The wind's working well for you.
Yes.
But it's a problem too, huh? The wind is too hard.
Talk to me about how difficult it is to fish in these conditions.
Because the electric engine is not enough. There's not enough force. Power is not enough. You must row with it. It's hard. Working.
But with the fish comes the hard work. You're the first team to catch 3 fish. Your smallest fish is 10 kilos.
10 kilos.
You have a chance of increasing that, of course.
Yes, but they catch big fish there.
So we're out on the water now, and you've heard us say a few times about the fact that the weather's going to come in and might cause a problem. And I've got Ross with me now because we're out on the safety boat, just checking what the position is like. And we've spoken about boat bans. Just talk to us about what the rules are with those boat bans and why they come into existence.
Well, the thing is, it's obviously a safety feature to make sure all the anglers are safe. That's the first thing. And what's really interesting is you can see that around this side of the lake, it's actually really quite calm. Yet already over the other side of the lake, the weather conditions are actually starting to get quite a big chop. We've got 55-mile-an-hour plus winds coming in for tomorrow. That's massive, isn't it? That really is. That's the back end of Hurricane Irma, presumably, coming over and causing problems over here, but that's a lot of wind. It is, and I think, obviously, these inflatable boats is a fishing competition, and really, I reiterate that, safety comes first. So, there may be a boat ban. Now, what that actually means, as far as the competitors are concerned, is that boats are not allowed on the water. Now, the warning has been put out already to let people know that this may happen so they can prepare, and what they might do is start baiting a little bit short. And the guys on the back of the wind, they might think, well, you know what, it's not bad where I am, but when you're in the teeth of the gale at the other end, we've seen already the Dutch guys there, they can't even get the boat out at the moment. The engine is not big enough and they can't even point it straight. So key is, let's keep an eye on the weather, let's see exactly what's happening, and let's put everybody's safety first. But a big chunk of water like this, it can be risky. Action once again, and this time it's from the Czech team, the defending champions from last year, the guys that won at Novomalinska. They've come to France, they're trying to defend and get a back-to-back win, which nobody's done before, and you know what, they're on the board. The fish hasn't been weighed yet. We think it's going to be just shy of 40 pounds looking at it, and we'll see it in a minute. But the key thing is, firstly, daytime bite, which doesn't normally happen. A lot of the fish here come out in the darkness. Secondly, look where we are. We're on that back side of the island again, facing the dark side in No Carp Alley, the bit that nobody wanted, and yet so far there have been 4 very big fish from this sector. There's a good chance at the moment it could be one from here, and this has just spun the whole event right on its head. But enough of that for the moment, let's find out how big this fish is.
We went for quite simple rig, strong. It's actually the same rig that we've been using on Novomalinska last year when we've won. And we are fishing 2 21mm waftes with quite a long hair and size 4 Centurion hook, which is strong and it's good for, good hook hold in a big fish's mouth, with long mount snagger for just better turning and catching hold in the bottom lip, and then coated braid straight through, 25 pounds, and little split shot just to help with the turning and keep the things down on the bottom. So simple, strong, effective. We are using the long hair based on our experience from before with big bait, and if you imagine the size of the big fish's mouth, it just gets very good hook hold, always in the bottom lip in the middle. So that works for us. What size leads are you using? We are using heavy leads because there is a lot of wind there is a lot of floating weed and everything, and we struggle with that a little bit, but we want to keep our rigs in place as long as possible, so 280 grams, 10 ounces.
The night was challenging with massive winds battering the competitors all around the lake. However, the fish fed and some big ones were caught. Some anglers had a good night where others have really struggled. Morning time at the World Carp Classic, and as you can see, the weather forecaster has got it absolutely bang on. The wind has picked up, it's raining now, and conditions are nothing short of treacherous. There's a boat ban in place, and that will have a massive effect on what will happen through the course of the day. What does it mean? Exactly what it says on the tin. Boats are now not allowed on the water, and that ban will be in place for up to 24 hours. Now, you might see that I'm being blown around a little bit. The wind is that strong, I'm not making this up. It's banging in from behind down to the beach area, but fish are still being caught. Last night was even stronger, and through the course of the night, 1 or 2 lads had their bivvies blown away. 1 or 2 have actually decided to disappear now because it is a little bit too tough for them. It's still incredibly atmospheric. It's still well and truly open too. We've heard of a few fish come out through the course of the night, 1 or 2 big ones as well. A 23 kilo fish from the small island, and also a near 20 kilo fish from by the dam wall too. Now these are also, just like the other parts, areas that don't normally produce big fish, or many fish, or sometimes even fish at all. So the game is well and truly wide open. We're not halfway through yet, plenty of time still to catch fish, and all of the carp anglers watching this will know that when you get big weather like this, you get big fish, and when it calms down, it's game on. You've had a bit of an exciting night, haven't you?
Well, yeah, I mean, as you can see there, we are now homeless. 4 o'clock this morning, we had the front of one go, and we heard Dave say, "Darren, help!" We come out and we was all bivvyless.
Yeah. No bivvies.
Pitch black.
All gone.
Yeah.
Pitch black. Everything blowing everywhere.
Yeah.
So, a bit of a traumatic experience. You're sorted out now, though.
Yes.
Yes, just about.
Yeah. What do you think of the event, and what do you think about the place?
Fantastic, lovely lake, isn't it? Beautiful.
Beautiful.
So many spots. I'd like to fish, but you got to make the best of what you got in front of you. So, which is what we're trying to do.
So we have news, and the news, if you're in peg 36 and peg 37, is very good. This is peg 36, and as you can see, there's a rather large common coming out, and this is just downwind from the tip of the island where the German guys caught their 2 very big fish yesterday. And if I was a betting man, I would bet to say that some of the big fish have moved down with the wind, because 2 pegs right next door to each other, 36 and 37, have caught 2 very big fish. In the hours of darkness next door, caught a fish of 24 kilos, an absolute whacker. And just look at this, that's not going to be far off 20 kilos, if not a little bit over.
A little bit over, I think.
Yeah, that's a great fish. It's a common, and clearly the big fish are in this area. So we're just going to go through the weighing procedure now. And for those of you that aren't aware of what happens with these fish, it's the big 3 that count. So the sling has been put onto the scales. It's been settled at 0, so the sling doesn't weigh anything. The scales has been wound back so it doesn't weigh anything at all, so that will be 0. The fish will be put into it, and this is a common carp. There's a lot of really nice mirrors and common carp in this lake. The ones with no scales, they are mirrors. The ones that look like goldfish, they are common carp. And we'll now put this onto the dial scales, which are sitting on a tripod there. And let's get a nice close up and see what this weighs. Anything over 20 kilos is a good fish here. And I think you need 3 20 kilo fish to be in with a chance, and that is a great fish. 22.4. Wow, that's a great result.
You should congratulate him. He caught the fish.
Congratulations. So,
thank you.
A new best for you.
It's my new PB common. Yeah. We actually lost a big fish in the night. The engine fails, the battery, and the line was in the snacks, and we lost it unfortunately. And now in the morning we had to take from a distance. There we go. And that's my PB common.
Looking at all of the places I've been to around the lake, this looks like one of the probably the better areas because it's comfortable to fish. You've got the opportunity of being able to fish it effectively as well. And that's one of the things when the weather changes like this, it's not about fishing, it's about fishing effectively, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And, you know,
these are the good conditions you want, and on an event too, I think. So yeah, we're happy with that.
now you've already got the rod back out. The boat ban is in place, but you've got the rod back out at 300 metres. You've got a bait boat.
We've used the bait boat, and it was
Try
it
to
was
drill
very
it from
close.
the bank, and it's heavy work. It's a lot of work with these wind conditions and a lot of weeds, but it's give and take.
Yeah.
If you're gonna fish 20 meters from the shore, you probably won't catch that big fish. So we just give it a go, and it worked out well.
Fishing is fun.
I imagine that I look pretty tidy.